In the rarefied world of advanced military aviation, a narrative has long been cemented in the minds of defense planners and the public alike. This narrative has centered on the technological supremacy of so-called fifth-generation fighter jets, with the Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II standing as its undisputed heavyweight champion. It is a symbol of American technological prowess and the cornerstone of air power for NATO and its closest allies. Born from a vision of unparalleled stealth, sensor fusion, and networked warfare, the F-35 has dominated procurement discussions for over 2 decades. The sheer scale of investment and the number of partner nations created an aura of inevitability around its reign. However, the crisp autumn air of 2025 carries whispers of a significant shift. Whispers that a smaller, more nimble, and significantly less costly competitor is highlighting some of the F-35's inherent limitations. This challenger is the Saab Gripen E, a Swedish-designed multi-role fighter that represents a different philosophy of air combat. The idea that this lighter jet could expose vulnerabilities in the world's most expensive weapons program has sent ripples through NATO headquarters, forcing a re-evaluation of what it truly means to control the skies in the modern era. This is not a simple story of one aircraft being definitively better than another. Military hardware is far too complex for such binary judgments. It is a narrative about balance, strategy, and the changing nature of warfare. To comprehend why the Gripen E's ascent is significant, one must appreciate the scale and ambition of the F-35 program, conceived to replace numerous specialized aircraft with one versatile platform. From the F-16 fighter to the A-10 and AV-8B Harrier, its defining feature is very low observable technology. Stealth allows deep penetration of sophisticated air defenses, theoretically undetected, to strike high-value targets and establish air superiority early. Beyond the airframe, the F-35 is a flying supercomputer. Its most lauded capability is sensor fusion, collating data into a unified battle-space picture. With an advanced AESA radar, a distributed aperture system for 360-degree infrared vision, and an electro-optical targeting system. This technological marvel comes with a colossal price tag. It is the most expensive weapons system in human history. Procurement and sustainment. Operating it requires a vast logistical tail and specialized facilities, highly trained technicians and a global supply chain of proprietary parts. High operational costs can limit pilot flight hours and strain defense budgets. Its software comprises millions of lines of code. Upgrades are slow and expensive. This can make it slower to adapt compared to more open platforms. The strength of integration also creates monolithic risk, single points of failure, where a clever cyber attack could cascade and debilitate combat effectiveness. In stark contrast to the F-35's design philosophy stands the Saab Gripen E, rooted in Swedish doctrine that prizes pragmatism, efficiency, and defensive resilience. It is not in the F-35 stealth category, but it is anything but technologically backward. Saab prioritized a top-tier electronic warfare suite, a powerful AESA radar, and extreme operational flexibility and ease of maintenance. The Gripen E is optimized for a different kind of survival. It is small, agile, and built to operate from dispersed austere locations, even public highways. If a specialized base is attacked, a Gripen force can scatter and keep operating. A small team can refuel, rearm, and turn the jet around in minutes. At its core is a sophisticated, federated software and electronic architecture. Critical flight systems are separated from mission and EW systems, allowing new weapons, sensors, and software to be integrated rapidly and affordably. This grants an evolutionary advantage over monolithic platforms. A potent sensor and EW suite, extreme agility, and an adaptable architecture make it formidable. One Gripen can search while wingmen stay silent and engage using shared data, countering the lone, exquisite fighter. This is the David-vs-Goliath dynamic: advanced electronics, sustainable economics, and rapid evolution over monolithic perfection. The case for the F-35's immense cost rests on enduring stealth value, but by 2025, adversaries invested in counter-stealth, networked multi-static radars and low-frequency arrays. These may not guide weapons precisely, but they can detect, track, and cue. Perfect invisibility is no longer guaranteed. The Gripen E focuses on world-class EW, deceiving, jamming, and blinding enemy sensors. Not invisible, but a ghost in the machine, creating a confusing picture. When stealth is compromised, survival depends on kinematics, speed, acceleration, and maneuverability. Here, a lighter, more agile fighter like Gripen E can have the edge at close range. Perhaps the clearest exposure is economics. An air force is an ecosystem: people, maintenance, fuel, spares, bases. Cost per flight hour is critical. It dictates training hours, patrol rates, and combat readiness. The F-35 remains expensive to fly and maintain. Buying jets without flying them erodes proficiency and deterrence. Gripen E was engineered for low operational cost, among the lowest for modern Western fighters. For the same budget, a Gripen fleet yields more flight hours and more experienced pilots. Pilot skill often trumps paper advantages. A larger, affordable fleet brings mass, resilience, and presence. In prolonged war, you must generate sorties and absorb losses. F-35 losses are devastating. Gripen losses are more sustainable. Modern air combat favors distributed, networked teams. Gripen formations act as a single sensor shooter entity, often with one jet radiating and others silent. The true test comes when nations commit money and security. Recent procurements highlight the Gripen E's compelling case. These decisions follow years of technical evaluation, flight testing, and hard-nosed analysis. Brazil's selection of Gripen E over other contenders was a major endorsement, driven by performance and extensive technology transfer enabling local build, maintenance, and future development. Many nations are wary of rigid, centralized sustainment that can be impacted by foreign politics. While the UK, Italy, and the Netherlands are invested in F-35, others face different realities, seeking affordable mass and autonomy. For border patrol and daily readiness, more jets may beat fewer exquisite ones. Long-standing Gripen operators prove the model's practicality and availability. Air forces are defined by people, pilots and maintainers. Mastering the F-35's full capability requires immense training, expensive sims, and even more expensive flight hours. High cost per hour can limit live flying, raising concerns about hands-on proficiency. Gripen's low operating cost enables more flight hours, building muscle memory and confidence. F-35 maintenance is specialized. Stealth coatings, controlled facilities, proprietary diagnostics. Gripen is designed for quick servicing by small teams with minimal equipment, higher sortie generation, and independence. Saying Gripen E exposed the F-35 is not declaring the F-35 obsolete. For day-one suppression of advanced air defenses, F-35 remains unmatched in the West. The shock is to the doctrine of one-size-fits-all. A pragmatic, balanced mix is emerging. Gripen E proves that advanced networking, world-class EW, and sustainable design can deliver effectiveness at a fraction of life-cycle cost. Combat mass and availability still matter. The future is a resilient mixed fleet. F-35 is silver bullet, with affordable fighters providing enduring air cover, defense, and sustainable power.